Muscular tissue. There are three types of muscular tissue: skeletal, cardiac, and smooth. You should make a chart like something like this because you're going to need this for your. I'm not going to do it, but because I suck at doing this, but you're going to need this for your muscular chapter next semester. So the first thing that you're going to put in is where is it located? So skeletal muscle attached to the skeleton of the bone. Cardiac, heart. Smooth muscle around our organs. Function. Skeletal muscle helps us move, opens and closes orifices, allows us to breathe. What else does skeletal muscle do? Oh, it helps with like glucose control. Cardiac, what does it do? Pumps the heart. Smooth muscle, what does this do? It can control your hollow organs and your blood vessels and a lot of other autonomic functions. So when you digest food, right, we eat it in our mouth and then it's got to go down the esophagus to get to our stomach. Well, how does it get there? It gets there because the stomach or the esophagus has a smooth muscle around it that causes it to contract and squeeze it down like a tube of toothpaste. Your entire GI tract does that. It's called peristalsis. You're going to learn that when you get to your GI chapter. All right, so now the question becomes is how do you tell the difference between the three? And let's look at some examples here. Well, the first thing that we can see is that there are these alternating bands of light and dark in cardiac and skeletal. So if you suspect that it is a muscle tissue and you don't see striations, what are you looking at? So that's the first thing you look at is striations. Yes, striations, it's going to be cardiac or skeletal. No striations, smooth muscle, it's going to be spindle shaped. Get out, go home, take your points, leave. So how do you tell the difference between skeletal and cardiac? The biggest thing that stands out are these things. These things are called intercalated discs. What these are is these are gap junctions. We're going to learn about that in the Jack's junction chapter or section. This allows communication between two different cells. So with our heart, we want all of our cardiac cells to beat together, all our ventricle cells. So when you have an electrical signal that's passing through one heart cell, it's going to pass through the gap junction to the next heart cell to cause that to contract. So they contract in rhythm. Skeletal muscle does not have these gap junctions. That's the most obvious. Okay, now there's less obvious things. One is skeletal muscle is straight, cardiac is branched. That doesn't look so obvious when you look on slides. Skeletal muscle has multiple nuclei. Cardiac only has one nuclei. Smooth muscle only has one nuclei. Skeletal muscle has multiple nuclei per cell. That's because you get myocytes that fuse together. Then the last thing is voluntary versus involuntary. Voluntary means that you can voluntarily contract that muscle. So I can tell my biceps to contract. I can do that right now. Cardiac muscle, can you tell your heart to beat? Like tell your heart to stop beating. Can't do it. It's involuntary. Smooth muscle, make peristalsis happen. Can't. Involuntary. Involuntary. Voluntary. So make sure you make that chart and you memorize it.